The Supreme President King here, and welcome back to Christos. So, since the last video, there have been some changes that I have made. So, I will go over them, and then we'll go more in depth on the states, the towns and cities of Christos, and also some important places as well. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so one of the changes from the last video is that before we had 4 senators per state, but I changed the number of states we had, so it went down to 3 now. So we have 3 senators per state as of this video. I also renamed the People's Assembly to the National Assembly. Another thing that I changed was the federal holidays. So we no longer have New Year's Eve. We have New Year's and the day after New Year's. Then right here, Unity Through Diversity Day. That was, I think, Diversity Appreciation Day. I changed its name. And then Christmas, December 25th. And then right after is Boxing Day, December 26th. So those are the changes for the federal holidays that I made. So moving on to states and places of Christos. So there are now 4 important cities. 2 of them are city-states. Oregon and Kronosburg are city-states. One of them is the federal capital, the other is the royal capital. San Miguel used to be a city-state, but I was like, you know what? I want separation of church and state, and I decided to just make San Miguel an important city within the federal capital of Oregon. And then we have a new important city right here, Rockstone. And as you can see from the description, it is a physical manifestation of Christos in the real world. Rockstone is considered a city-state that has representation in Congress. So, what does that mean? A physical manifestation of Christos in the real world. Well, I went on Amazon and I bought myself a rock that has on it the words Rockstone Christos. So, that means Christos is no longer digital. It is part of the physical world right now. So that means we're one step closer to becoming a real nation in real life. We just now need recognition from certain government bodies around the world. So we'll see if that happens. So moving on, these states, I changed it. I took away some states from before. We now only have 16 states, and we still have 2 kingdoms. So as you can see right here, there is a link, cities and towns in Christos. And I know you've seen this in the other video, but I've expanded the cities and towns factbook. In each state and city-state, I've added its cities and town names. So you can either pause the video right now or go to NationStates and check out this factbook, cities and towns in Christos. Alright, so let me scroll back up to right here. So Von Julia. So Von Julia was my former nation that I made for my YouTube channel, until I decided to retire Von Julia and bring forth Christos, which I had already made before for YouTube. So we downgraded Von Julia to a state in Christos, and they have something special about them because they have their own factbook right here. And when you scroll down to cities of Von Julia, the capital of Christoro, you can see some links right here. Well, these cities link back to a YouTube playlist where you can actually see me build these cities. So if if you want to see how these cities were built, how they were made, go ahead and just click on the video like so. And it will either send you to a video or it will send you to a playlist like this, Cliffsguard. Okay, so other than these three, America is a bit different. This is the city of America. It has its own fact book. It's because this city is based off the political machine game. So that's why I have a list of presidents, and it's a pretty weird list. So let's go ahead and click on one, and it should lead you to a video right here. Michelle Obama versus Sarah Palin. And as you can see, Michelle Obama is the first president of the city of America in Van Julia. Alright, so going back to territories and places of Christos fact book, if we scroll down, we can see some important buildings in Christos. As you can see, we have the Supreme Grand Palace right here, my main residence. If you want, go ahead and pause the video. I'm not going to go through each one. We have the Commons, the residency of the president, also known as the Common House. We have the Centrum, the meeting place for Congress, basically like the Capitol. And then there are other places as well. People's Park, Statue of Welcome. You can read the description, pause the video, or check out this fact book on NationStates. If we scroll down a little bit more, we'll see some religious centers and landmarks, most of which are in San Miguel. And then other places, we have the Emperor's Arena, which is a sports arena, the National Sports Arena. We have a national theme park, and then we have another link here, Adventureland, which is a park that I'm making Roller Coaster Tycoon. Click on that. It'll show up right here. Alright, another update for you. The Christos International Basketball team participated in the International Basketball Championship 40. Unfortunately, we were not able to win the whole thing. We placed 5th in the Group 2 division. We had 4 wins and 3 losses. If we go to the forums, we will go through what happened during the basketball tournament. So first off, here is the basketball jerseys. We are the Christos Hooligans, the international team, that's what they are called. And this is the team and some information as well. Alright. So here is the first post I did, the Christos Chronicle news report about the basketball tournament. Go ahead and pause the video right here to read it. As you can see here, we had 1 win and 1 loss. We lost the first day's match, but we came back and won the second. Alright, moving on to the next Christos Chronicle news report about the basketball tournament. This is the day 5 matchup recap. Go ahead and pause the video right here to read it for yourself. But to recap, we were able to grab victory from the other team. At this point, we had 3 wins and 2 losses. And then the final Christos Chronicle news report for the basketball tournament. We were unable to make it into the knockout round. A little disappointing, but you know, our record was still good coming out of the tournament. As you can see, 4 wins, 3 losses. Go ahead and pause the video to read this report. But yeah, I would say a strong showing for the Christos Hooligans on the international stage of basketball. Alright, so we move on to issues. So let's get right to it. First issue on the table, Apocalypse Now. Ooh, sounds scary. Alright, the issue. During a publicity appearance at the local agriculture fair, you notice signs advertising potatoes, tomatoes, bananas, and groceries. When your aide questioned the stallholders about their punctuation, it became apparent that none of them had the slightest clue on how to use an apostrophe. Oh boy. Alright, here are our choices. Number 1. The apostrophe is used when there is a contraction or to mark the possessive case, affirms Avery Ampersand, administrator of the Adopting Appalling Atrocities, aimed at all apostrophe abusers association. Oh gosh, that is a mouthful. It's the easiest thing in the world to use. The mouth breeders who misuse the apostrophe should be sent to remedial training camps, where they will be beaten with a copy of Stunk and Violet's pedantic punctuation pedagogy until they learn how to write properly. Okay, violence. That's good, I guess. Second option. Whoa. Are we introducing corporal punishment for misusing apostrophes? Reads a text message from the Minister for Education, who is at a stall serving chills drinks, not wanting to yell over the crowd. What's next? Are you going to fire me for using too many question marks and exclamation points? People make mistakes. Yikes. That is a big mistake, not gonna lie, right here. With apostrophes all the time. Surely the solution is more money for schools and universities to teach punctuation and how to use autocorrect. That should resolve the issues. Oh my gosh, that's really bad. To everyone's satisfaction. Oops, the last apostrophe was autocorrect. Okay. That's not the only problem. Alright, and the last option. You notice that a nearby wooden post has something scrawled on it in a long, meandering line. Why are we taught punctuation at school? They make everyone write so formal-like, and someone should put a stop to that. A famous poet once said, just go with the flow and chillax. Let your words and your spirit run as free and wild as the coursing river and wandering wind. There was no apostrophe there. Oh, no. You know, since it's this bad, let's go ahead and beat the apostrophe into people. I think violence is the answer for this problem. Alright, aggravated apostrophe abusers are admonished and assaulted. Oh no. I love the alliteration though. And then here are some recent headlines. Go ahead and pause the video to read them. And then some data. Ooh, corporal punishment is a new policy. Because of apostrophes, criminals may be ordered to undergo physical punishment. Oh boy. Alright, we move on to the next issue of the day. Marriage by proxy server. The issue. After an online petition that would allow people to legally be married over the internet reached over 1 million signatures last night, you wait to find your inbox inundated with emails and a crowd of petitioners waiting inside your office, all demanding you take action. Alright, here are our options. The first option. The internet is the only social life some of us have, insists petitioner Kima Atwood, whose MyFace profile says he is 6 feet tall, good looking, and a popular country singer. If I meet the love of my life online, we should be able to get married. It's not fair that I have to be single my entire life just because my soulmate lives on the other side of the country and my mother won't give me the money for a bus ticket. Okay, I mean, that's sort of fair argument. Sort of. But let's keep going. Second option. Oh, that's a terrible idea, chides your nettling aunt. You have to be careful on the internet. You never know if the people you're talking to really are who they say they are. Why, just the other day I was being courted by this youthful hunk of a gentleman on Matchmakers. But when we finally met in person, the scoundrel was as old and flabby as me. It just goes to show that some things like dating and marriage should only be done offline and in person. Okay? Third option. Preposterous. Who wants a human husband or wife anyway? All they do is nag, lounge about, and lie all the time, rebuffs IT specialist Trinity Tron from under your desk. Okay, that is weird. As she upgrades your Wi-Fi router. Oh, that's not weird then. I should have kept on reading. What we really need are artificial mates who truly understand us and can fulfill our every want and desire. You should just transfer funds from all those worthless welfare programs and into the tech industry, so we can finally have the perfectly programmed partners we deserve. Okay, option 4. Well, pin my tail and call me a donkey. Y'all need to get out more. Cracks redneck plumber Larry Cableman. Nice name. from your private bathroom as he snakes a drain. It ain't healthy to be spending all the time on the pewter. You ought to just disconnect the whole gosh darn internet so all these idiots can get a real job like plumbing. Okay. Well, we're not gonna cut off the internet. That's not what we're gonna do. We're not gonna give people sex robots. We're not gonna do that. So, but I do agree, people should not be married online. So I'm gonna choose option number 2. There we go. Blind dates reemerge as a necessary evil in the quest for love. Yes. Get out there and find love. Don't do it through a mobile phone or a computer. Good tip. Be friends with them first, and you'll be fine. Alright, here are some headlines. Go ahead and pause the video to read them. Elderly welcome return of traditional values. Citizens smile. Cheer government officials. And then here are some recent trends. Alright, we move on to the last issue of the video. Ale to the Chief. Sounds fun. Let's read what the issue has to say. The issue. A local brewery provided the mayor of Dog City with 120 free kegs of their famous ale, Green's Blood, usually a year's supply, as has been the tradition for many years. However, the current mayor has consumed the lot in just 2 months, and taxpayers are now being asked to replenish the provision. Jeez. What the heck? Oh, someone is an alcoholic, and it's a politician. That's great. All right. So here are the options that deals with this problem. First option. I know this makes me look like a drunk, but I assure you I'm not, pleads Mayor Mumford as she touches her nose with her finger to prove her point. I host a lot of diplomatic parties and my guests expect a certain level of hospitality. Just last week I was hosting the Smalltopian ambassador and his entourage, and those Smalltopians can drink. You must replenish the mayoral supply. Think of the diplomatic embarrassment of dry events. Okay. Option number 2. We have to pay for their booze now? Questions Amos Tesla, a social activist who is always scrutinizing politicians' expenses. What if she drinks the whole lot in another 2 months? Will the suffering taxpayer have to continue to fund her worship's excesses? If politicians can't go 5 minutes without a drink, then they're not fit for office. Ban all alcohol on government premises. Okay, number 3. Our Green's Blood is probably the finest brew in all of Christos, interjects Ella Chavez, the head taster at the brewery, as she takes a sip from your drink, then spits it back into the cup. It's a pity that only this mayor gets to taste our tantalizing tipple, and for free too. We could supply your office, Supreme President King, and even the whole of Parliament. All we ask in return is that you could meet with some of the industry bosses occasionally and give us a favorable hearing. Okay. And number 4, I have an idea, interjects a hobo who's been listening in on your conversation from the bench outside your window. Why doesn't the government provide free booze for everyone? That would be nice. Alright, well, we're not providing free booze for everyone, sorry. We can provide free water. That's something we can do. To take that. So the mayor has said he's using it for diplomatic reasons. I don't know how many diplomatic parties you can have in just 2 weeks, you know, especially when you're the mayor. I mean, the president, I get. And then number 2, I don't know if I want to ban all alcohol on government premises. That might be bad. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and supply Green's Blood, the apparently most perfect beer in this universe, to everybody. To my office, to Congress, to both houses of Congress, the Senate and the National Assembly. Sure. Let's go ahead and choose option number 3. And the talking point, more and more people are signing up for the government party. What kind of government party? That's the question. Alright, and then here are the recent headlines. Go ahead and pause the video to read some of them. International body praises Christorian development. Chamber of Commerce applauds government initiative. And then here are some recent trends. I see industry beverage sales have gone up. I wonder why. Alright. Again, go ahead and pause the video to read all these recent trends. Alright, so we went over some changes. We went over some territories and important places in Christos. We took a look at the international basketball team representing Christos and how they did in their first world tournament. And then we finally have a physical manifestation of Christos in the real world, which is very exciting. So I'm going to leave things here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome content, and I'll see you in the next video. The Supreme President King out.